Is there anyone with confidence in their martial skills? Well... Are you ready? Begin! Well done. Here's something for your troubles. It seems my pupil still has some ways to go. Hey. What rotten timing. Just as you drop by, I have to head out for business. There's this restaurant I frequent. The geisha there have been having some trouble lately. One has to lend a helping hand when one can, you know? It's over at Ejiri, so bit of a trek, but you want to come too? Ha! I thought you were looking bored. Well then, by all means, let's be off. As soon as the gang leaders disappeared, they were replaced by corrupt officials. Picking fights at post stations, harassing geishas. Things really have gotten out of control.
Mr. Takazuki, thank you for coming. Just a moment while I prepare refreshments.
Don't waste your time. Those officials, they still giving you trouble?
Yes. They came again last night, made a mess of the place, then left without paying. They're running the business into the ground.
And they presume to run the country. And what of the man I sent ahead? Ito?
He's gone to investigate the officials in question. Please, you must help us. There's no one else we can turn to.
I will do what I can, but it'll likely be just this once. I don't exactly have a lot of free time, I'm afraid. Having heard the dilemma, you'll help too, then? First off, let's meet up with Ito. You don't remember? He attacked the British legation with us. I'm sure you'll recognize him. Come on, let's go.
Mr. Takasugi doesn't quite seem himself. I do hope he's all right. We, all of us here, are very fond of him. You take good care of him for us, won't you?
I hope that fool, Ito, hasn't made a mistake.
Takasugi, you had me worried. Oh, you came too. How encouraging. Those nasty officials are at their base. All we have to do is storm it. Let's go. come with you. I'm rather excited. Crossing enemy lines with Kasagi.
Let us take care of this. Intruders. All right, Commander. Get out there! Bastard! Smash me down.
What kind of break is this?
Hey! I will find you from the prison! You pay for that! Just you wait!
Right, that takes care of that. I'm a bit tired. I would head on back to the restaurant.
Hey, wait. You can't just go by yourself. I'm coming too.
Good work back there. Everything went smoothly, thanks to you. But these corrupt officials are as common as rats. We would run ourselves ragged if we tried to deal with each and every one of them. No, I would say they were just as bad. It exceeds a petty crime having merchants peddle stolen goods. In any case, it's always the common folk who suffer. Still, they are not completely powerless. This incident should have shown the people of Ejiri that they don't need to fear the authorities. Same for those in Chinatown. By uniting under a common purpose, they can strike back at their oppressors. Now more than ever, I see the truth in Master Showing words. If we were to overthrow the shogunate and save Japan, the masses must... There's no fooling you, is there? I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm all fine now, so don't worry. Just keep this between us, all right?
So you came. Good to see you. I was just about to begin drilling the troops. Kondo has given me command of the Shinsengumi's first unit. I was planning on doing some one-on-one practice with the men. The recent arrest at the Okita Inn left a lot to be desired, after all. Perhaps you could join the training, if you can spare the time. I think facing you would provide fine experience for the men. My thanks. Then let's get straight to it. First unit, we will now commence sparring practice. Be sure to give it your all.
Didn't stand a chance.
You call yourself a member of the first unit?
No wonder. Even Okita vouches for you.
Swing with your body, not your arms.
I may be new, but I'll fight to win. Ready when you are. Don't expect me to yield.
Not yet.
That's enough. Thanks for your help with the training. How did you think it went? Yes, your swordplay is as fascinating as ever. I was glad to only be spectating this time, instead of facing it head-on.
Apologies for not introducing myself. My name is Rintaro Inoue. Allow me one question that I might improve my study of the sword. You're extremely talented, I can tell. But what is it that motivates you to draw your sword day after day? Ah, I do the same. I have a wife and 2 children. And Kyoto has become dangerous of late. I joined the Shinsengumi to keep my family safe. Right then, I better get back to training. Fighting for those one holds dear. Reminds me of my days in the dojo at Edo. I wanted nothing more than Kondo's praise and Hijikata's respect. That's why I wielded my sword. Having people to live up to makes a person stronger. Do you have someone like that?
Souji Okita, I presume. I have come to avenge Master Miyabi.
No ordinary warrior. Stay back! All of you! The 2 of us will deal with him.
When
I'm done with you, I'll kill the rest. It's Okita that I want. Don't get in my way.
You have a death wish.
I will withdraw for now. But know this. I'll hunt down each and every member of the Shinsengumi. Like the dogs you are.
Thank you for your help. Apologies. You have a good memory. Look, there's no cause for concern. Just forget about it, please.
What the hell is going on here, Souji? I heard the first unit was training, but...
I believe that was Gensai Kawakami. He said he was avenging Teizo Miyabe.
I heard whispers of anti-shogunate assassins. Still, I'm glad you're unharmed. We have plenty of enemies. But the future is bright, as long as you're with us.
That move you did just now was incredible, sir!
I could never have pulled it off without you by my side. But it's nice to be looked up to now and then.
Oh! What brings you here? No matter. Lord Katamori here was just telling me what needs to be done next. Stay where you are.
Kyoto is in quite a state. I'm sure I need not tell you. The city is still licking its wounds, and the people suffer amidst widespread chaos. I want the Shinsengumi to begin patrolling the city. We must keep the peace and assuage the people's fears. Understood?
Yes, sir. The Shinsengumi will prove, beyond a doubt, that the Shogunate's authority is alive and well in Kyoto.
Good.
You know, your skill could come in useful. Let's say you help with our patrols.
The Shinsengumi is short on members at the moment. Your help would make all the difference.
Then let's start our patrols early tomorrow morning. This is where we prove the Shinsengumi's true worth. We must live up to the task at all costs.
So you came.
Ah, you came. We're going to split into several teams and patrol the city. You'll come with me. Let's move out! Lord Katamori has high hopes for the Shinsengumi. Failure is not an option. Be on the lookout for lawless men.
I hear that thieving Ronin are going around swindling the people of Kyoto and causing all sorts of trouble.
When public order is disturbed, public minds soon follow.
Just wait till I get...
Stop that! You don't have to be so cruel! Our mission is to keep the peace. Only understand the blade.
city has fallen.
Many temples burned in the last war. But Nishi Honganji appears to still be standing.
Oh, it's the Shinsengumi. We feel so much safer with you patrolling our streets.
Happy to serve. You know, when I hear things like that, I feel ready to take on anything.
Let all remain vigilant to the
Damn it. Kondo and Hijikata! Let's get out of here!
Hold! Villains! Identify yourselves!
They don't seem like your ordinary thugs. Heisuke and I will look into this. Okay by you, Kondo?
Please do. Meanwhile, we'll head back to Mibo and report to Lord Katamori. This way.
Captain, we need reinforcements. We've got sumo wrestlers going on a rampage over there.
Wrestlers, huh? Well, what can you do? Let's go! Just ahead.
Pipsqueak's wanna fight too. He's prepared to get flat.
That's enough patrolling for one day. I'll go report to Lord Katamori.
Ah, Kondo. Welcome back. How was the first day of patrols?
We rounded up some Ronin up to no good. As well as some rowdy, drunken sumo wrestlers.
Sounds like you're already seeing results. I expect no less from the mighty Shinsengumi.
There is one thing I found concerning. A gang that fled the moment they saw us.
They saw our faces and knew who we were. I wonder if they could be Serizawa's people.
Serizawa. I've heard nasty rumors about that one. You might very well be right.
Serizawa is a member of the Shinsengumi. We'll need solid proof if we're to question him.
All right. I'm leaving this to you, Kondo. You are the Shinsengumi's captain, after all. Its reputation is in your hands.
Yes, sir.
What will it be? Please, come again. Hello there!
What do you need? What do you need? Anything else? See you later.
So you came. What did you want to say? Oh, this is nice. Yes? What is it? I like to play games with the children in town. Blindfolded tag and hide and seek are my favorites. I was entered into the Tennen Rishindyu dojo at the age of 9. So I never got to play those games much growing up. If I ever should marry, I would like to have many, many children. I could happily spend my days playing with them. I was just thinking, I'd like to thank you. I owe you for the sword practice the other day. I ended up just talking about Kondo and the others last time. And missed my chance to ask about you. Is there anyone special in your life? Someone who makes you want to fight harder for their sake? Really? Well, that's very flattering. You and I aren't so different, it seems. The Shinsengumi will continue to crack down on the Shogun's enemies. Which likely means facing more master swordsmen like Kawakami. If you draw strength from the memories of those you treasure, there's nothing to fear. No battle will prove too tough. And honestly, those are the moments you feel the most alive. I can't get enough of it. The only thing that truly frightens me is the thought when the day comes that I won't be able to fight anymore. Ah, sorry. You're a good listener. I've rambled on far too long without realizing. What did you want to say? Understood.
So you came. Do you have some business with me? Very nice. All right then. That is all.
How are you doing? Something wrong? You've got passable taste. Fine by me. Indeed, I do. My lovely wife and daughter await my return to my hometown. Which is why I have no interest in pursuing romantic pleasures in the capital. Oh, I expect the women here are grateful for it. Bored that I am. Maybe if I looked more like Toshi or Souji. No, wait. This is foolish. I am satisfied, I swear it. As it should be. A samurai sword is no ornament or plaything. How else would we fulfill our duty? There is no point to a sword that is all style and no substance. A master bladesmith will ensure that one sword slices effortlessly. If you want a good sword, pay attention to its edge. I'm a fan of the Juzu style myself. Things are damn sharp, but you'll be lucky to find one. Both of them practice the Tennen Rishin Ryu of swordsmanship. You might call them my students, but that's not how I'd describe our relationship. We've trained under the same roof, shared our hopes and dreams. They are my comrades, my family, my truest of friends. Souji, in particular, lost his parents as a young boy. He's lived in the dojo ever since. He is family in all but name. Toshi wasn't born into a samurai family, but he worked his way up to the part. Just like I did. Ah, I see. By your leave.
Do you have some business with me? And what might that be? It's my job to instill order among the soldiers. A thankless job, to be sure. But you can't command respect without a bit of fear, can you? I hate to say it, but the Shinsengumi is a ragtag bunch. They need constant discipline, lest they let their enemies, or their allies, get the best of them. Hence our strict code, which culminates in a fitting punishment for those who dishonor the way of the samurai. Ritual suicide. No, not really. After all, I only belonged to the Tennen Rishin school a short time before Kondo inherited it. But the bond between two people cannot be measured by time alone. Indeed, all of what I am now, I owe to Kondo. Had I not met that man, I'd probably be back in my hometown, wasting my life away, peddling worthless goods. All right then. That is all I have to say.
What do you need? Anything else? Anything else? I can strengthen anything. What do you need? See you later. What do you need? It will mold to your body with use. It will mold to your body with use. See you later.
What the hell happened here? Looks like these men were still breathing pretty recently. This doesn't bode well for Katsura. We need to find him now. Right. I'll start over there. So much of the town has been burned down. So many homes. We're meant to be fighting for a better country, but this is anything but.
Found you at last. Say your prayers!
Against those samurai. Let's even things up, shall we?
My thanks for your kind aid.
Takes care of that. Now then, let's ask our friend here what that was about.
Thank the stars. Glad it was you two who showed up.
Katsura, I had a feeling that was you. What are you doing in that getup? The Choshu men feared the worst.
I've been looking into the Shogunate's next moves, but I've let down my comrades by not being able to fight with them. Genzui especially. It wasn't for nothing, though. I got my hands on some vital information. The Shogunate are going to send in a force to deal with the Choshu soon.
The Shogunate is making a move. They're seizing their chance to take the Choshu out once and for all.
Indeed. And they're expecting the Satsuma to provide the best part of the force.
Them again? But weren't they planning to revolt against the government?
Well, the Satsuma are making a show of compliance to the Shogunate, which will spell the end of the Choshu. Any bright ideas?
You know, I've always wondered why the Choshu and Satsuma don't just make an alliance. You're the only ones with enough power to bring about change in this country. If you joined forces, you'd be unstoppable.
You're not wrong. It would be incredible. Could it be done? But the Satsuma and Choshu are sworn enemies. We cannot simply form an alliance.
That's right. Focus on the past and you lose sight of the future. To make a real change, you're going to have to make some hard choices.
I see what you're saying. Then we should ride to Kiyomizu-dera Temple. Takamori Saigo of the Satsuma should be there at present, as far as I'm aware. He's the commander of the Satsuma forces right now. If we can persuade him, this plan might have legs. Let's meet at Kiyomizu-dera Temple! Could I leave it to you two to broach the subject? I doubt he'll be in the mood to listen if an enemy like me shows up out of nowhere.
No problem. We'll handle this. So, Saigo's in this temple, right?
Ah, that's right. The former chief priest of this place, Gesho, was said to be close with Saigo, and I hear today is the anniversary of his death. It won't be easy. But as long as you're sincere and make him understand that it's all in the best interest of the country, he'll come around. I was told by a geisha who was client from Satsuma. Apparently he met his end during the Ansai Purge, where he and Saiga were persecuted.
Okay. Time to head inside. We'll get kicked out if we just rush in. Better to wait for the right moment. The grounds are pretty big, so we should prioritize locating Saigo.
Let us fulfill our mission!
I'm ready for action!
出たな!
you after the cycle. He's at the George.
Very nice. Ready and willing!
Don't rush. Take your time. Is that all? Sure thing. Thanks. For your patronage.
So, you've been ordered to lead the expedition against Choshu. What do you intend to do, Saito? What would get your prize, you wonder? Well, I'll leave you to ponder it. Some solitude may bring you clarity.
How dare anyone threaten me on this most sacred day?
Please wait! We just want to talk, not fight!
Seems you're no ordinary foe. Both of us. I won't die here so easily! Are you alright? Take more than that to make me You're formidable indeed. Crossing blades with someone with no intention to kill is pointless. You said you would like to speak to me. The Satsuma never chose to begin this fight. That decision was the Shogunate's.
Forget the Shogunate. I want to speak to you, not them.
It was the Choshu who drew their swords first. And considering their behavior in Kyoto, how can we leave them be?
Look, I understand Satsuma's perspective. But have you thought about our future?
What do you mean? change this country. What are you saying?
Saigo, deep down, I know you agree with me. There are things Satsuma can only accomplish with Choshu by its side.
You want us to march alongside our sworn enemies? I simply cannot see it.
And yet, it can be so. If we should will it. But first, I should apologize. I am sorry. I could not stop the conflict earlier.
Katsura of the Choshu? What are you wearing?
Oh, ignore these filthy rags. I assure you, my aspirations remain unsullied. As my associates have said, we must put aside our differences, even if it means moving heaven and earth. We must transform Japan.
Katsura, I hear you. I accept your proposal. Gesho, too, would have been glad to put an end to the bloodshed.
Then it's settled. The Choshu and Satsuma will join forces, and we shall be the ones to see it through. You know, I've heard that in the West you're meant to hold hands and shake them on occasions like this. Go on. Try it.
Saigo, I look forward to working with you.
The pleasure is mine.
Takamori Saigo, swayed by Ryoma, defies the Shogun's orders and calls off the Satsuma assault on the Choshu. This episode helps the Satsuma and Choshu draw closer, and they conclude an alliance aimed at overthrowing the shogunate.
Don't you remember what I told you back then? That I had a dream as big as the damn ocean.
This way.
Don't think you can escape us.
Accept your fate!
They don't give up easily.
Do it! Cut me down!
It's just a scratch. Don't worry.
He needs medical attention! Come on, let's go. I want to get back in the past for a start.
Sounds like a plan. This is a real mess.
After being attacked at the Terada Inn, Ryoma Sakamoto took refuge amongst the Satsuma clan.
Might not be so lucky next time. I'm going to have to leave things to you for now. I'm counting on you.
I'm over here. What did you want to say? Oh, this is nice. Understood. That's about it then? What did you want to say? Understood. That's about it then?
Ah, over. Something wrong? You've got passable taste. Ah, I see. That concludes business.
Do you have some business with me? Very nice. All right then. That is all I have to say.
誰か今のはたく
Oh, it's you.
Did the Ryoma make it away without any trouble? Sorry I couldn't be there for the send-off. Now we can't afford to ignore what happened at the Tarada Inn. But we still don't know the true course of events. But you and Ryoma gave eyewitness accounts stating that the perpetrator wore a Shinsengumi uniform. Kondo and Hijikata were away from Kyoto, serving the shogunate, which puts both of them out of the picture as suspects.
If the Satsuma-Choshu alliance searches for the culprit in the open, we'll only incur the wrath of the shogunate.
And that's where you come in. We want you to infiltrate the Shinsengumi and sniff out the culprit from within.
I leave the matter to Katsura's judgment.
Don't worry. The Shinsengumi are a fighting force above all else. With your skill in the sword, you'll shoot up the ranks. And since you were once part of their number, even fleetingly, you shouldn't raise suspicion. Well, perhaps some of them already know of you, but with a little disguise, no one will notice, I'm sure. You can learn from me. Come to Nishi Honganji Temple once you're fully prepared. You need to be ready to pass the initiation. This place is being used as a Shinsengumi outpost. The arrangements for enlisting have already been made. Thanks to a Satsuma connection, they're expecting a skilled Ronin to join their ranks. I've arranged for a uniform for you as well. You will easily pass for the rank and file. Unless you can uncover who orchestrated the attack on the Tereda Inn, it won't be safe for Ryoma to come back. I know you're up to the task. The stakes are high, but I'm counting on you. That's what I like to hear. Saigo and I will be praying for your good fortune.
Ah, you must be the new recruit. I've heard much about you.
I've heard talk of your skill with the sword. But a lot of the men here like to talk big. So I'll have to see it to believe it. Have I seen you someplace? Now there's a fearsome look. I expect great things from you. Though I swear I know you from somewhere. I didn't mean anything by it. I apologize. I haven't introduced myself. Shinpachi Nagakura. And this cold fish is Hajime Saito. Saito, show the new recruit around our outpost. And make sure you put them through their paces. Make sure you listen to Saito's every word, you hear? His skill is peerless. Don't upset him or you're done for.
Good grief. Never. Dueling is strictly forbidden in the organization. Kill another member and you'll be made to turn that sword on yourself. The training facilities are just over there. Let's head in. Here's where we train. Seems we're just in time for a session. You won't make it into the Shinsengumi without some skill at the sword. It's time to show me what you're worth. Try taking him on. Good. I have high hopes.
お相手します。
You did well, but I'd like to see a little more. Now, I'd like you to face him. Don't disappoint me.
行くぞ。
What's the verdict? Think they've got what it takes?
The technique is certainly interesting. Not bad at all.
Well, coming from you, I'll take that as a high compliment. Now, what say I grant them the honor of a bout with their superior?
Nagakura is in a different league from the other members you fought. Fancy your chances?
Haha, don't you worry. No one's going to die. No need to hold back, newcomer. Throw everything at me. I yield! You're no joke.
Most intriguing. Besting Nagakura is no mean feat. Right then, follow me.
Ah, you must be the newcomer. Could you come here a moment? Sorry for interrupting. But even in this state, I thought I should at least introduce myself.
This is Souji Okita. Neither I nor Nagakura are his match in sword play.
That's all in the past now. Now that I'm bedridden, I don't amount to anything but dead weight. If you want to improve, Saito could teach a thing or two, I'm sure. He's peerless after all.
Okita, I'll go on to the dojo. Send the new recruit over once you finish talking.
So then, why do you want to join the Shinsengumi? Oh, so you consider yourself quite capable then? I would love to have faced you. But you can see my difficulty. By the way, haven't I met you somewhere before? I seem to recall meeting someone rather like you. know why you've come here, but I'd take care not to draw too much attention if I were you. Your life's at stake, you know? Saito's waiting, isn't he? You should get going. I'll see you later.
Let's begin. This is quite a surprise.
They're holding their own against Saito.
I see. I see.
I can't believe it. Saito cornered like that.
You're strong, that's for sure. There are few amongst our number who would be a match for you.
That is no exaggeration. Why? You could go toe-to-toe with Kogoro Katsura or Ryoma Sakamoto. Those names must have reached your ears, I'm sure. What kind of rock have you been living under? They're linchpins of the anti-shogunate forces and master swordsman to boot.
Right. I think we can make use of the new recruit. Any objections?
Not from me.
There's someone else I'd like to introduce you to. Follow me. There's an officer I'd like you to meet. Kashitaro Ito. A man so sharp he can tell you where the world is going and exactly how it's going to get there. Suzuki. I pointed him out before. He's Ito's younger brother. He's important to know too. Leads one of our units. Now, after I introduce you to Ito, I'll speak with him in private. You are to use any means necessary to listen to our conversation. Understood? Ito, I've brought you a new recruit. Their swordsmanship rivals that of myself or Nagakura.
Well, you must truly be something to earn such praise from Saito. I am Kashitaro Ito, Shinsengumi's staff officer. The Shinsengumi is made up of the most elite warriors in Japan against the Shogun's cowardly retainers. We are as a tiger to a house cat. This country's very future will be decided by our actions. You would do well to be mindful of the power we wield. As you should. By all means, put that sword arm to use in service of our cause. I expect great things from you. By the way, Saito, can I have a word with you?
That will be all. Dismissed. Listen to our conversation from outside and make note of every word. Got that? Go. I was just asking the newcomer to train the men. Someone so skilled should be able to oversee fencing drills, I thought.
With Kondo and Hijikata absent, and Okita ailing, now's the time. No one can stop us from breaking away from the Shinsengumi.
But without us here, the enemies of the shogunate lurking in Kyoto may grow bold.
The attempt on Sakamoto at the Terada Inn failed to rouse either the Satsuma or the Choshu. We needn't worry on that account. We are gathering in Aburanokoji to discuss precisely how to break free. I expect to see you there.
We're finished. You can come out now. Fine work playing the spy. I doubt Ito noticed a thing. You must have heard it yourself, but let me state, Ito is a traitor. I'm keeping watch over him at Kondo's orders. It's mostly the Choshu. There's a rumor they're joining forces with the Satsuma, though. And it was Sakamoto who brokered the deal. He recently became a bigwig in the anti-shogunate forces, prompting Ito's attempt to off him at the Terada Inn. Well, even if we did, we wouldn't just boorishly try to overwhelm him with numbers. If we wanted him dead, I alone would have sufficed. Ito's true intent was to tarnish the Shinsengumi's reputation, and to ascertain the plans of the anti-shogunate forces. What we learned is that they can't afford to make any big moves right now, which led to Ito concluding the time was right for him to make his move. I'm going to rid the Shinsengumi of Ito's faction. I know you've only just enlisted, but I will need your help. Meet me at Aburanokoji. That's where we'll do it. Oh, it's you. You came. We'll begin once Ito's men are here. This is your first official mission. Is there anything you need to ask? He should be here any moment. Not as our ally, but as our enemy. Todo and Suzuki are part of Ito's faction. Good men, both of them. But we have no choice. I haven't mentioned this to him. He suspects I've been making moves in secret. There are plots everywhere. Wheels within wheels. I'll tell you everything if we make it through this. Good. That saves me some trouble. Todo and his companions are masters of the sword. This will be quite the fight. Are you fully prepared? Good. We'll ambush them as they return. They're coming. Quickly, hide.
So it's come to this. Just as Ito had feared it would.
Deception has gone both ways. Don't take it personally.
Kondo thinks only of winning glory in battle and endure. But we can strive for a world free of conflict and bloodshed. It's no use. Ito isn't here.
No, we must find him. Suzuki is here too. He'll fight like a madman to protect his brother. Rather than face him head on, perhaps we should strike from the roof.
So you've come. You never reach my brother! I have failed you, brother.
Don't rush. Take your time. Is that all? Don't rush. Take your time. Thanks for your patronage.
Think you outwitted me, do you? Ha! It's you who has been cornered.
So fool. In the name of Captain Kondo, I will leak out your...
I had thought you had some sense. I was wrong. In the end, you're just another samurai who can't let go of the past. Yeah, I'm going in. Without the higher purpose, he only plays at being a samurai. Why can't you see it for the boss he is? I don't do this. Who will? Misguided fools.
You were too clever for your own good. It made you think all those around you were fools. Which is why you couldn't bear to serve under Kondo, so earnestly devoted to the shogunate. I'm lucky I had you covering my flank. With that, we've excised a cancer from the Shinsengumi. I don't know who you are, but it's time to stop pretending you're one of us. Who knows? As long as you can stay out of Kondo's bad books, we won't come rushing to cut you down. Life is what you make it. See you around.
Don't rush. Take your time. Thanks for... your patron.
How are you doing?
Oh, it's you. If there's something you have to say, I'll hear you out. All right. Go ahead. I have many roles, but on occasion I am tasked with top-secret missions under the direct order of my captain. For that reason, I find it difficult to speak frankly in front of my comrades. They all see me as a complete enigma, but I don't mind. After all, a warrior who wears their innermost thoughts on their face would have a hard time outmaneuvering their opponent, no? Do you really want to know? Well, all right then. While training to be a swordsman in Edo, I had reason to murder a shogunal retainer. The fault was entirely with the other party. But a crime is a crime. After being hounded out of Edo, I began to wander rootless without purpose. Anyway, such is my background. Not very interesting, is it? You'd best forget it. Understood. I also have nothing further to discuss.
I've tried everything I can think of. I suppose I've done about all I can. Well, I knew in my heart of hearts it wouldn't work. I suppose you being you, you've looked into what I might be suffering from. It's tuberculosis. It's actually been one of my better days. When it's bad, I can't even bring myself to stand upright.
Sir, we finally found some. There's a certain apothecary said to be selling medicine for tuberculosis. Apparently, it's made by a foreign woman.
Medicine for tuberculosis? Sounds too good to be true. And besides, it's too late for me now. Disappointed in me, are you? When I lost my physical prowess, I was brimming with bitterness. I wished I could spend more time with my comrades. I wished I could face down death with my blade. But no matter my efforts, the sickness wouldn't heal. Which is why I wanted you to think I'd given up. But if there's medicine, I want to take my chances that it works.
I too want you to live, sir. I'll go out and buy the medicine now, so please wait here.
No. I'll go with you. Thank you very much.
If anything should happen, I'll be there to support you, sir. Right then, shall we head to apothecary now? Excellent. Glad to hear it. I'll show you the way. Please follow me.
Where did you learn about this medicine?
Ronin told me about it. He must have caught wind somewhere that I've been looking for medicine.
You would do this for me. Thank you.
Just a little further. We're here.
I'm not too familiar with this area.
Could that be it?
On the double!
I just need a moment. Go on ahead.
Hello? Is anyone home?
Alas, you died in vain. Didn't I promise that you would all come to die like dogs?
Damn it! It's tricked! Stronger than before.
Seems I still have some ways to go. Stop getting in my way.
Finish.
I wanted to finish you off myself. But it seems your death is inevitable either way.
Get after him! No. Damn it! Rintaro, forgive me. If I wasn't ill, you'd still be alive. Could you take a look inside? Just in case. So there was medicine after all. Thank you. Let's head back now.
I've heard the whole story. What happened to Rintaro was a tragedy.
You used to trade in medicine, didn't you, Hijikata? Can you take a look at this for me?
There seems to be something written on it in English, but I can't quite make it out. A shame, given my family's ties to the trade. What are you planning to do with this? Don't tell me.
I won't allow this sickness to put me in a position where I can't help a comrade again. And as long as I'm in this state, I'd rather bet it all on the medicine working. With your seal of approval, I can take it without worry. Right then. Bottoms up. Well, it doesn't seem like it's poison at any rate.
If it's the real thing, it'll be some time before it takes effect. If you start to feel any worse, be sure to tell us right away.
Thank you for keeping me company through all this. I owe you my thanks. I'm over here. The medicine seems to have been the real thing. I've been coughing less and less since I took it. I'm sorry for all the worry I must have caused. It seems I'll still be able to wield my sword in the future. For my sake, and for Rintaro's. Farewell. I have to go and take care of a little something. Care to lend a hand? Good. Then follow me. Do you remember the man who I couldn't save when we went to procure that medicine? That's his house over there. I fear that if I were to visit, it would cause his wife and children terrible distress. So this is as far as I've ever ventured. But I need to know how they're doing. So sometimes I come by to take a look. If you put it that way, I don't regret taking the gamble on that medicine. Now that I've been granted more time, all I can do is continue to wield my sword to help Kondo and everyone else. If we manage to keep the peace in Kyoto, this family can live in safety. If he hadn't gone to all that trouble to seek out that medicine, my fighting days would be well and truly behind me. And I owe a lot to you, of course. I'll have to thank him when I see him in the next life. But you, on the other hand, you, I can thank now. I'm truly grateful for all you've done to support me. Now, how might I repay such a debt? Since you're the one who granted me this life, it is yours to do with as you see fit. How about it?
So you came. Do you have some business with me? Very nice. And what might that be? Material desire is merely an impediment to achieving one's ambitions. That is especially true of food. One should not be picky about what one is served. The Stoics say one should have a bowl of soup and a side dish with one's rice. Well, I say even a side dish is unnecessary. Give me soup and some pickles. And if that dish be the pickled radish of the Bushu province, even better. Truly, there is nothing like it. Not that I have any preference, of course. All right then. That is all I have to say.
Shall we head out? There's something I'd like to say to you. Thank you. Then let's be off. Thanks for coming out with me. Hiding my feelings was all growing too much. I feel like I'm going mad. When I'm awake, even when I'm asleep. All I can think of is you. I want to be with you. From now until I draw my dying breath. What do you say? Thank goodness. I don't know what I would have done if you'd said otherwise. I'm glad I mustered up the courage. I'll be with you from now on. Until I give up the ghost. Right by your side. I wasn't sure if you'd come. I was just wondering what to do with myself. I'm glad you came along. The first unit were all here just now. They set off for the pleasure district together. That crowd loved nothing more than the entertainment of geisha. I, however... Well, I'm not the only soldier who doesn't enjoy the pleasure district, but the rest of them prefer to indulge in the company of those closer to home. I don't belong to either group. To be honest, with most people, I feel like I'm speaking a different language. Truly? Well, I'm glad to hear it. That's certainly preferable to the alternative. I would say I'm perfectly content to converse with you, as we're doing now. I have no desire for anything further. Though I suppose that would only amount to ordinary friendship. I've watched as my comrades find someone to treasure. Perhaps this will be true of us in time. That eventually leads to lying together. Because love turns to passion. Oh, what's that face for? Did I say something wrong? I've been thinking, I'd like to spend some time, just the two of us, where nobody can interrupt. Why don't you take me to your place? Then lead the way. Do you remember the conversation we had recently? It keeps on going round in my mind, right in the middle of training. Ishikata could see I was distracted and asked me about it. I found I could not hide it, so I told him of our relationship. He was happy for me. He said I've grown. I doubt he'd have been so forgiving with the others. He's always seen me as something of a younger brother, you see? But then he told me that it wouldn't do for things between us to be left so undefined. He said I was a full-grown man who needed to conduct suitably adult relationships. Yes, let's. Sorry. It's just, I was hoping you'd say that. Before we fell for each other, I never even imagined myself doing something like this. But now that I'm experiencing it, it's truly invigorating. But in a way unlike the thrill of life or death combat. I had expected to find this kind of thing difficult, but with you as my partner, that's simply not the case. Let me be certain. You were the right choice for a lover. Now I know that I too have these desires. Now I have another reason to live on. That's your fault, you know? I wasn't sure if you'd come. Oh, this is nice. Yes? What is it? I often play with cats, but I wouldn't say I loved them as such. Some say keeping a black cat can cure tuberculosis. I'm hoping there's some truth in that. Thanks to your efforts, the tuberculosis seems to have cleared up. But still, I can't help but call out to a cat whenever I see one. Hold on. Maybe that does make me an animal lover after all. I live to duel, of course. That won't ever change. But I would say you've become just as dear to me. Up until now, I'd thought of dying as an acceptable risk. But now, I want to be beside you for as long as I can. You have to take the blame for that, all right? Understood. May we meet again in this life.